Hello, friends. Welcome to another edition of Speaker Circle. My name is Lisa Askew, and I am here to help you transform and grow. Today, I wanted to talk to you all about something that is really a hot topic everywhere, and that's diversity, equality, and inclusion, also known as DE&I, and how this affects all of our communication. So, what exactly is diversity, equality, and inclusion? Well, there are actually three independent concepts and things. Diversity is all about the makeup of folks that are around you. Equality is how we treat people, and inclusion is if we do make them feel a part of the process. A great way to describe it is like planning, let's say, a high school dance. So there's a group of folks planning this high school dance, and they are getting the DJ to play the music that they're familiar with. They are having a theme that they're familiar with, and they're also making the price to join the dance, whatever price point and socioeconomic status that they are. When you do that, you are boxing out a lot of people. So the best way to look at it is if you are making a plan, like doing a high school dance, the diversity part, you want to make sure that you have all different types of folks represented at the dance. The equality part is making sure that you have a price point that is comfortable for everyone that can come to the dance. And the inclusion part is just not having people at the dance, but actually asking them to dance and encouraging them to dance and to have music that will allow them to want to dance. Now, why do we have such a hard time with diversity, equality, and inclusion? Well, a lot of it is because of our implicit biases. And those are things that are unconscious, like assumptions, stereotypes, unintentional actions that we make towards others based on identity, like identity labels like race, age, gender, sexual orientation, or ability. These are things that we don't even realize that we do on a daily basis. And because of that, you may not intentionally try to keep somebody away from the dance, because in your mind, if you have a certain type of music that you only listen to and you're a lot more, I guess, fond of, you are not thinking that other people not having their types of music is making them feel not included. And the price point being hard is not something that is creating inequality. So take a moment to think about the implicit biases. No matter where you are on the spectrum of race, gender, socioeconomic status, what are the things that you assume and you don't even realize you assume? Another part of diversity, equality, and inclusion is not just your racial things, but even your generational differences. Sometimes we assume that older generations may not have knowledge on newer technologies, or they may be out of the loop. And at the same time, older generations may assume that younger generations are not in touch with things and know how to relate or problem solve. That's using inequalities, because just because of someone's age, you're thinking that they don't have the ability to match you where you are. Now, we also have our regular biases, and these are conscious things that we preferences that we have against individuals because of their race, and we pass judgment, or it could be their socioeconomic status, and these things can be very conscious. So when you have these things, it really hinders you from having more of an open mind to DE&I. And how this affects your communication is truly you letting go. Start from scratch and listen to people. Really listen to where they're coming from. Think about what their viewpoint is and don't make assumptions. Really suspend judgments when you are talking to others so that you can have some empathy to truly understand what their viewpoint is. When you take the time to listen to individuals and understand, it will expand your scope of diversity, equality, and inclusion. If you go back to the example I had of the dance, for those who truly think of all parties involved, You put yourself in other folks' shoes. So if you are a fan of a certain type of music, think about all the other genres of music and have sensitivity and make sure that they're all represented. As far as price points for the equality part, making a dance at $100 or whatever the project that you're working on, if you price out people, then it is not equal. So if you have a certain price point, have different abilities for everyone to afford it. And that is how you can cover the equality piece. And as far as inclusion, make people feel welcome. Sometimes just a smile and a thank you for joining. We're glad to have you. Or thanks for showing up every day. If you're a leader, not only at your workplace, but even at your home, recognizing and saying thank you and including people, your children, your coworkers, that really goes so far. And when you have more diversity, inclusion, and equality, people feel more productive. They want to work harder. They want to work smarter. And they truly want to be a part of the team. Thank you for your comment, Derek. Age bias really impacts us when it comes to technology. That is so true. We make a lot of judgments on folks because of their age or their generation. We think that they may not understand technology. I don't know about you, but I feel like my parents' generation are probably some of the biggest fans of Facebook. They're on it. My mom is Asian and they have a Facebook that's called Kato, and she's always on her Kato. So do not make the judgments. Definitely suspend your judgments when it comes to being a lot more open-minded for DE&I. So I want to leave you with this golden nugget. The next time you look at your circle of friends, ask yourself, does everyone look like you? Does everyone have the same economic status as you do? And if the answer is yes, then challenge yourself to reach beyond. Try to expand your scope of people that you really get to know that are different from what you look like, that have a different socioeconomic status than you are used to, and that may have different preferences in life, period, whether it's race, religion, whether it's sexuality. Truly look at that and ask yourself, am I being diverse? And am I practicing equality and inclusion in my own life? If you're able to do that and communicate effectively just with your personal life, then you can expand that into your professional life as well. Thank you for your time and listening to this edition of Speaker Circle. It's just a little nugget and a gem to help all of us grow together.